Hey brothers and sisters, today is June 30th, 2024. Need to share this dream that I had really late last night. I had a dream that there was a very pregnant woman. I was in her yard and she was concerned that she would get in trouble because her grass in her yard was so tall. She was all alone with no one to help her. I told her that I would mow it for her. She was very grateful. As I was about to start mowing her yard, I noticed big white rocks everywhere. I was not sure how I would be able to mow it because of all the rocks. And then I wrote, thinking this represents Israel, because of the other dream that I had a while back of mowing grass in Israel next to a bunch of chairs set up outside, so that the tall grass would not be touching the people's feet, which I later found out that tracer bullets easily catch tall grass on fire. I wanted to help her so bad, but did not know how I would be able to mow with all the rocks. She did not seem to be aware that the white rocks were there. Mortar shells? White phosphorus? Still not sure. Then I was led to look up, is there phosphorus in rocks? Apparently, yes, phosphorus is found in rocks, primarily in sedimentary rocks that contain phosphate minerals. Phosphorus is also somewhat enriched in mafic and felsic rocks, with an average concentration of about 1,200 milligrams in mafic rocks, such as basalt, and 750 milligrams in felsic rocks, such as granite and rhyolite. I also want to share real quick a dream that I had a while back. I've shared all this stuff before. And I was on this really big mountain, and I was really pregnant, and the baby's head was crowning, but I was floating on my back in this crystal clear stream of water. And it's like I was going up the mountain, and I was just full of joy. I didn't have any pain. And then further down behind me on the mountain, but still coming up the mountain, was another pregnant woman, but I knew that she was further behind me. And I believe that that other woman represented Israel, that pregnant woman. So I just had another dream about a pregnant woman that I believe this represents Israel as well. So then I wanted to mention that these are just things I was trying to steward after this dream. So I guess other countries that have been involved in the use of white phosphorus include Syria and Turkey. White phosphorus bombs are a combination of white phosphorus, rubber, and can be used as incendiary weapons or to create smoke screens. White phosphorus is not banned as a chemical weapon under international conventions. It is restricted and cannot be used in civilian areas. So, I'm not sure that's exactly what he's saying here. If it's white phosphorus or could be mortar shells. I don't know. I also want to just briefly go over this. This was about a year ago, a little over a year ago, that I had this dream, and in this dream I heard Isaiah 22:2, and then I heard M16. So Isaiah 22:2 says, "Thou that art full of stirs, a tumultuous city, joyous city, thy slain men are not slain with the sword, nor dead in battle." So this I was given this before all this stuff happened in Israel on October 7th of 2023. Okay, so I'm just going to read this commentary on Isaiah 22:2. Okay, thy slain men are not slain with the sword. The words thy slain here seems to be intended to be applied to the soldiers on whom the defense of the city rested, and to mean those who had not died an honorable death in the city in its defense, but who had fled in consternation, and who were either taken in their flight and made captive, like hostages, or who were pursued and put to death. To be slain with the sword here is equivalent to being slain in an honorable engagement with the enemy. But here the prophet speaks of their consternation, their cowardice, and of their being partly trampled down in their hasty and ignominious flight by each other, and partly of the fugitives being overtaken by the enemy and thus put to death. That's basically what happened on October 7th. So, Isaiah may be asking his fellow people why they are celebrating when the Lord has predicted the eventual downfall of Jerusalem. They should get a hold of themselves now because of the future terror that will fall on them when so many die in the siege and not in battle. And then I heard in that same dream M16, which I later found out when all this happened on October 7th, 2023. When Hamas came in on those parachutes, a lot of them were seen with M16s coming in. So this is the other dream that I was referring to about the tall grass. This was on April 23rd, 2023. My old Jewish friend's sister and her wife, who are gay, were in it, which I believe represents another sinful country, which I believe is America. Her wife had left her, a country they are close with. Then there was all this water filling their house, and I was trying to protect their house from this huge ship that was coming at them and firing a massive barrage of bullets at them. But they just kept coming closer. And I believe that all this water, and I believe that connects to Revelation 12, and also the Al-Aqsa flood, which is what Hamas was calling all this stuff they were doing. Then the scene changed, and I was outside. A whole bunch of people were all sitting down in chairs in this outdoor stadium, but at ground level, and I knew I was still in Israel. A UFO was coming at them and firing barrages of weird purple lights at them, like light bullets, which I believe the UFO just represents an unidentified enemy. I was standing in front of the people and telling them to be careful. I then mowed tiny sections of tall grass around the people's chairs so it was not up against their feet. So back to Isaiah 22:2. A tumultuous city, a joyous city, and then it says here a lot of times this particular passage could represent a time of their festivals or celebrations. And on October 7th, 2023, when Israel was attacked, Israel celebrated two Jewish holidays, Shemini Ezra and Simchat Torah. I also wanted to share this on December 10th of 2022. I heard in my spirit, "Look at the pot. What do you see, Jeremiah?" This is from Jeremiah 1:11. The word of the Lord came to me again. "What do you see?" "I see a boiling pot, tilting away from the north," I answered. The Lord said to me, "From the north, disaster will be poured out on all who live in the land. I am about to summon all the people of the northern kingdoms, declares the Lord." Which is basically what's happening right now in Lebanon. So, Like I said, I'm not really sure still 100% what these white rocks are. But it's some kind of weapon, I believe. And they didn't seem to be aware that it was there. And it was hidden in all this tall grass. Jacob's trouble is about to start, you guys. The rapture of the church is about to take place. And then it's Israel's time. See, that's why I believe in that other dream that I shared. I was very pregnant and the baby's head was crowning. And I was floating up this mountain in this crystal clear stream, and I was full of joy and I had no pain. And then further down the mountain, but still going up the mountain, which I believe is the mountain of the Lord, there was another pregnant woman. She was further down than I was. See, the church goes up first, and then it's Jacob's trouble. Then it's Israel's time. So the Lord is connecting all this. And I wanted so bad to help Israel. So bad. But we know that the Lord's plans and his ways are so far above our ways and our thoughts and plans. His ways are perfect. And these things have to happen. And we just have to trust him with that. That something is about to happen in Israel. The rapture literally is at the door, you guys. Please believe on Jesus today if you haven't already. It's all about what he did for us with his precious blood. He died in our place for the remission of every single sin of the whole world. He was buried and rose again on the third day for our justification before God. All you have to do is believe that, like a child. Just believe in faith. Abraham just believed God and it was counted to him as righteousness. It's the same concept. Just believe. Look up, you guys. Hold fast. Love you.